Greetings, I'm Sedella.
And I'm Skip Marley, and we stand for racial justice.
Every time.
We're sick and tired of the ism, schism, and dying over heaven in Jesus' name, Lord. We know and we understand Almighty God is a living man. You can fool some people sometimes, but you can't fool all the people all the time. Now you see the light. Stand up for your rights. Come on, get up, stand up. Stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. Get up, stand up. Stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. Preacher man, don't tell me heaven is under the earth. I know you don't know what life is really worth. It's not all that glitters is gold. Half that story has never been told. Now you see the light. Stand up for your rights.
Hey guys, and welcome back to Freedom is Mine. Now, as you may know, the month of February is Black History Month in the US and Canada, so a very happy Black History Month to our viewers in those regions. But what a lot of people don't know is that loads of countries throughout the world celebrate Black History Month or have days dedicated to celebrating the Afro-descendant populations in those countries. I'll share a few with you now, and I also have on my channel Black history videos on most of the countries mentioned. So if you want a deeper dive, please do check those out and check the link in the description below. Without further ado, let's get stuck in.
Freedom is
Two of the most important months of the year for Black history celebrations are of course February and October. Quite a few countries celebrate it in February, including the US, Canada, Germany and Italy. Let's kick off with the US, who arguably set a precedent and inspired Black history celebrations around the world. Who do we have to thank for that? A man named Carter G. Woodson. Woodson was an African-American historian and journalist, and in 1926 he created what was known as Negro History Week to celebrate the achievements of the African-American community. He chose the month of February to honor the birthdays of Frederick Douglass, the groundbreaking abolitionist, and Abraham Lincoln, the former president under whom slavery was abolished in the US. Negro History Week was arguably the precursor to Black History Month, and in 1970 the first ever Black History Month in the US was celebrated at Kent State University in Ohio. Within a few years it had become a nationwide celebration and has inspired similar celebrations around the world. Moving on to Canada now, and fun fact, it was a Black woman who created Black History Month in Canada. Back in 1995, Jean Augustine, the first Black Canadian woman elected to Parliament, introduced a motion to celebrate Black History Month, which was passed by the House of Commons. Next up, we have Germany, who first began celebrating Black History Month in 1990, founded by members of the Initiative Schwarze Deutsche, the initiative of Black Germans. Black History Month was founded in Germany as a cultural space where attendees could discuss Black German history and contribution, and the African diaspora more widely. We jump now to Italy, where Black History Month is relatively new but thriving nonetheless. In February, Black History Month celebrations are held across the country, including in Rome, Milan, Bologna, and in particular, Florence. Black History Month Florence was founded in 2016 by African-American artist Justin Randolph Thompson and musician Andre Halyard to highlight the cultures of Afro-diasporic communities throughout Italy. As I mentioned earlier, another popular month for Black history celebrations is October. One of the first nations to celebrate in this month was the UK. Black History Month was founded in the UK by the pioneering Ghanaian activist Akiaba Adesebo. He chose the month of October because it's near the beginning of the academic school year in the UK, so Black British children begin the academic year with a sense of pride. We travel now to the Republic of Ireland, where Black History Month celebrations began locally in 2010 before being recognised nationwide in 2014. Now this may come as a surprise to some, but October is celebrated in the Netherlands as Black Achievement Month. It was created in 2015 by Dutch former politician John Leerdam in collaboration with the National Institute for the History of Slavery and Heritage, also known as NINSE. Countries that hold Black History Month at different times of the year include Belgium and Australia. Black History Month in Belgium is celebrated across the month of March. It was established in Antwerp in 2017 by members of the African Youth Organisation, namely Aminata Ndao and Mohamed Bari. We hop all the way to Australia now for Black History Month, which is celebrated in July. This celebration is distinct in that it focuses on the history and cultures of the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Island communities. In this case, Black is spelled B-L-A-K because it is a term used by some Aboriginal people to reclaim agency over the notion of black or blackness. The month of July was chosen to coincide with the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Island celebrations, NAIDOC Week and the Coming of the Light. Now we'll switch things up a bit and shine a spotlight on countries that have specific days dedicated to celebrating their Afro-descendant communities. I guarantee you will learn something new, so stick with me and let's dive in. We kick things off with Venezuela, who host Afro-Venezuelan Day on the 10th of May. This began in 1995 when it was made official by the Venezuelan National Assembly. May the 10th was chosen to commemorate the date in 1795 when José Chirino, a free black man in Venezuela during the slavery era, led an uprising against Spanish colonial rule. Less than 2 weeks later, Colombia follows suit with Afro-Colombian Day, held on May the 21st. First celebrated in 2001, Afro-Colombian Day is an annual commemoration of the abolition of slavery in Colombia on May the 21st, 1851. 2001 was a significant year as it marked 150 years since slavery was abolished in Colombia. May is clearly a busy month for the Afro-Latino community, as just a few days later, on May the 30th, Panama celebrates Black Ethnicity Day. This day pays homage to Panama's Afro-Antillean and African heritage communities. The date recognizes the day the Spanish king, Ferdinand VII, banned the importation of enslaved Africans to some of its colonies on May the 30th, 1820. Moving on now to one of my favorite countries in the world, Peru.
Hold on, know that it's time to be strong. Let's all believe in the future. Together we can move on. Raise up your voice and be heard. Calling every generation, all over together.
Hello subscribers, today is a historic day and we have some momentous news to share. But before we dive in, make sure to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments section below. We're heavily censored, shadow banned, and have seen our views plummet, so your support means the world to us. Now, let's get into it. Today, July 6th, marks the first ever summit for the Alliance of Sahel States, AES. This is a groundbreaking moment for the region, where the leaders of Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger are coming together to solidify their alliance and forge a new path free from foreign influence. The summit is being held in Niamey, the capital of Niger, and is a clear demonstration of Pan-African unity and strength. The Alliance of Sahel States is a powerful coalition with a population of over 70 million people. This gathering is significant as it signals the shift from mere ideological Pan-Africanism to actionable, strategic, and militarily backed initiatives. The leaders are moving beyond the historical context of Pan-Africanism, embodying a new era where they have the resources and political will to challenge external influences and build robust, self-sufficient states. One cannot overstate the role of Mali's President Assimi Goita in setting this movement into motion. His decisive actions to expel French influence from Mali inspired other leaders in the region, such as Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso and Abdourahmane Tiani of Niger, to follow suit. This alliance, now formalized, represents a unified front against former colonial powers and a pivot towards new international partnerships, including with countries like Russia, Turkey, and Iran. The AES leaders are not only discussing immediate political and military strategies, but also envisioning long-term economic integration, including the creation of a common currency. This summit is more than a diplomatic event. It is a declaration of autonomy and a step towards greater regional stability and prosperity. Reactions to this summit have been overwhelmingly positive from the citizens of these nations. Social media is ablaze with supportive comments celebrating this move towards sovereignty. People are calling out the hypocrisy of Western media narratives, which often depict these leaders negatively. The enthusiastic public reception of these leaders starkly contrasts with the portrayal of them as dictators by international outlets. The summit's timing is also symbolic, taking place just a day before the ECOWAS summit, which has often been seen as influenced by Western interests. This juxtaposition highlights the different paths these organizations are taking, one towards Pan-African independence, the other perceived as maintaining neo-colonial ties. Citizens have expressed their pride and support, emphasizing that this movement is a significant step towards true democracy and self-governance in the region. The unity and resolve demonstrated by the AES leaders are seen as a beacon of hope and a model for other African nations. In conclusion, today's summit is a monumental step for the Sahel region. The Alliance of Sahel States is not just a political alliance, it's a declaration of independence and a commitment to a future shaped by African hands for African people. As we witness this historic moment, let's continue to support these efforts and stay engaged. Remember to like, subscribe, and leave your comments below. Your support helps us keep bringing you these important updates. Thank you.
Well then, I grade. Me need ya, oh, hey. I need some herb in my brain, so bring the medication for my brain to heal the whole of the nation from the pain and break up all the circles and the chains. I need some meditation in my brain, so bring the medication for my brain to heal the whole of the nation from the pain. Break up all the circles and the chain. Hey, no, this could never be no man killer. Good for my head, so me call it as the man healer. When me ill, you know me never need a painkiller. It's quite exciting, me call it as the man chiller. Give me good man, so me not think iller. What a inspiration.
Remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel and share it with your contacts. Thank you.
Greetings, brothers and sisters and cousins of the other races who support our struggle for economic equality with the other races. This Black Economic Network video is to celebrate Afro History Month and Reggae Month in February of this year, 2025. And it includes some of the new Afro history makers and reggae stars for highlighted in this year. The first segment shows Black history around the world. It's about Black history around the world, and it's by Freedom Is Mine channel. And the sister who operates this channel and who does the narration does a wonderful job showing Afro people all in the diaspora all over the world. The next segment, it is about the AES, the Alliance of Sahel States, and it shows how much unity gives strength. The three countries that are involved in the AES, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, they have stopped giving away the resources of their countries to the white vampires and their black puppies who have been getting the resources, sucking the blood from these countries and from the people for centuries. They have been used in these three countries. Three recent ones. There are some other African countries, other exceptions to the rule. Vast majority continue to give away their resources to the colonial powers, the neo-colonial governments in these African countries, and in the Caribbean, and in the neo-colonies generally. Most of them, there are exceptions, continue to give away the resources of their countries for the benefit of their colonial masters and not to help the people, not to uplift the economic situation of the people in those countries. For example, Burkina started to make gold bars in Burkina Faso, instead of exporting the gold dirt to Europe and North America. And that's in Captain Traore, President Traore, who is kind of the star, the young star, the rising star, the star in the AES of the AES state. General Goita, who is the president of Mali, he came up with the idea to form the AES, and then there is also General Niamey of Niger, who is the third person. They kicked out the foreign troops from France and from North America, mainly from France, but also from all of them. They kicked them out. And the ECOWAS puppets, whichever you want to call them, threatened to attack Niger, attack them. But of course they did not, because unity gives strength. If you attack one of them, they agreed that all three of them would fight you. So everybody has to lay off from them, lay their hands off them. And that is why they have survived and will continue to survive. Because in the past, what would happen is that any country that opposed the colonial powers, they would either kill the leader, any government, they would either kill the leader or have a military coup to get rid of him. But in this case, because all three are together and show the strength of unity, just like if Africa was united as a continent. And that's the solution, the salvation for the African race, the unity of Africa into a single federated country. Just like the United States is a federation of states, and the EU is a federation of states, of countries. The other races, they know about the strength of unity, and they have been doing it, and that's what they use to control control other countries and exploit their resources. In addition, other countries like Ghana, the most recent one under President Mahama, has been working and cooperating with the AES states. And President Mahama, who kicked out Akufo and those who robbed, it turns out that they robbed about over 20 million US dollars in the 8 years that they were in government. And also, I did a video, and we all see the video, where Akufo was asking the U.S. Secretary of whatever it is to kill or overthrow Captain Traore, just like the CIA overthrew President Nkrumah. And recently, President Mahama, this month, he came out and said it, presented the evidence. We all know. I've done videos. I've done a video about it, and other people have done it. We all know that the CIA, they kicked, they overthrew President Nkrumah. The other segments in the video, it shows it's about the.
Let us all unite and celebrate together the victories won for our liberation. Let us dedicate ourselves to rise together to defend our liberty and unity.
Remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your contacts. Thank you.